I'm giving you the 5 jobs that matter most this month, with specific timing for every zone. April is the one month in the gardening calendar where what you do right now.
All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? You know, if there's one single month where what you do in the garden has the biggest impact, it's got to be April. I mean, what you get done over the next few weeks, that can genuinely set the stage for a garden that either explodes with life all year or just kind of limps along. It really is that pivotal make-or-break month. And don't worry, together we're going to get it right.
So is it really the most important month in the whole gardening calendar? Honestly, I think so. Yeah. But hey, let's not see that as pressure, right? Let's think of it as a month of just incredible possibility. The 5 essential jobs we're about to cover, think of them as your personal blueprint for the best garden you've ever had. Seriously.
Okay, but before we even think about touching a single tool, we got to talk about the one thing that unlocks all other gardening advice. I'm not kidding. I like to call it the secret decoder ring for your garden, and that is understanding your hardiness zone.
So what is it? Well, to put it simply, your hardiness zone just tells you how cold your winters get, on average. And that little piece of information, it's so powerful. It doesn't just tell you what plants can survive in your garden, it tells you, for our plan today, exactly when it's safe to plant and what jobs you need to be doing. It's everything. Okay, now what's awesome about this is we've boiled down a huge complicated map into just 4 basic groups. So take a second, look at this, and find yourself. Are you in Group A, where winter just loves to hang on for dear life? Or maybe you're down in Group D, where you're practically already in the middle of summer. Find your group because every single tip from here on out is tailored specifically for you.
All right, let's get into our first set of jobs. We're going to start with the tasks that create a healthy stage for the entire year. It's exactly like building a strong foundation for a house, you know? If you get this part right, everything else that comes after is just so much easier.
So we've got 2 big ones right here. First up, we're going to mulch our garden beds. And second, we're going to gently, and I mean gently, wake up the lawn. Both of these are all about creating that perfect environment for all that new spring growth to just take off.
First up, mulching. And I know, it doesn't sound very glamorous, does it? But I'm telling you, this might be the single highest impact thing you do all year. No joke. Just look at the difference here. You go from bare, exposed soil to this protected, moisture-rich environment where weeds just can't compete. It's like tucking your soil in with a cozy, protective blanket.
And this right here shows you why that blanket is such a powerhouse. I mean, we're talking up to 90% fewer weeds and cutting your watering needs by up to half. But here's the real pro tip, the secret weapon. Use compost as your mulch. Why? Because it does all of that stuff, plus it slowly breaks down and feeds your soil all season long. It's a mulch and a fertilizer all in one. It's a game changer.
Okay, now listen up because this is so important. This is a super common mistake that can actually kill your plants. You've got to keep that mulch 2 inches away from the stems. If you pile it right up against the stem, what you're doing is you're trapping moisture there, and that's just an open invitation for rot. So please, just remember the 2-inch rule. A 2-inch layer of mulch kept 2 inches away from every single stem.
All right, foundational task number 2, waking up the lawn. And the biggest mistake people make here is just being too eager. You can't jump the gun. The sequence is everything. You have to wait until that grass is actively growing before you even think about that first mow. And when you do, set your mower blades high. Cutting it too short right now will just completely stress it out. And hey, don't even think about fertilizing until the soil itself warms up to 55 degrees. Why? Because the roots can't even absorb the nutrients before then. It's a waste. Patience and timing, my friends, they're your best friends here.
So when should you be doing all this? Well, if you're in zones 5 through 10, hey, the time is now. Get out there, get that mulch down, start your lawn care. But for my friends in the colder zones 3 and 4, your most important tool right now is patience. You have got to wait for your soil to warm up. If you mulch cold, wet soil, you're just trapping that cold in, which is the exact opposite of what your poor plants need.
Okay, moving on. Our next section is all about planting for the future. You know, these are the jobs that offer that delicious delayed gratification. They won't pay off tomorrow or even next week, but oh my gosh, will they pay off spectacularly come July and August.
And we've got 2 incredibly rewarding tasks to cover here. First, planting our summer flowering bulbs, and second, starting our heat-loving vegetable seeds indoors.
Yeah, you can think of this whole section as like a head start program for your plants. We're giving them a crucial jump on the season.
Oh man, what's so exciting about this is the sheer flower power we can get in the ground right now. Dahlias, they're the absolute stars for stunning cut flowers. You want a parade of color all summer long? You can't be gladiolus. Just plant a few every couple of weeks. Canna lilies give you that bold, tropical drama, and the fragrance from oriental lilies on a warm August evening? It's just unbelievable. This is how you guarantee that incredible peak summer flower show.
All right, let's talk seeds. April is the absolute prime time for getting tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, all that good stuff started. And the rule is super simple. Just look up your area's last frost date online and count backwards. But, and this is the crucial part, grow lights are non-negotiable. I'm serious. I spent years trying to grow seedlings on a windowsill and they were always weak and leggy and sad. A simple grow light keeps them short, stocky, and strong, so they're ready to just explode with growth when you finally plant them outside.
So how does the timing work out by zone? Well, for most of you, in zones 6 through 10, you can go ahead and plant those summer bulbs right out in the garden now. But for those of you in colder zones 3 to 5, you don't have to miss out. Here's a brilliant little trick. Just start them in pots indoors, just like you would a houseplant. It works perfectly. And as for starting seeds, yeah, pretty much every single zone is doing that right now.
Okay, let's get to our final job. And this one, well, this one's for anyone out there who loves a bit of immediate gratification. This is how you get to eat from your garden, and I mean fast.
So here's a key idea that a lot of new gardeners miss. Not all vegetables love summer heat. In fact, some of the best stuff like peas, lettuce, spinach, radishes, they actually prefer the cool soil of April. The second it gets hot, they bolt, which is just a fancy word for they go to seed and turn bitter. Yuck. But if you plant these seeds directly in the garden now, you could be harvesting in as little as 25 days. Think about that. You could be eating a fresh salad from your own backyard by the end of May. How cool is that? And you guessed it, timing by zone is everything. For zones 5 through 10, go for it. Get those seeds in the ground. Now is your moment. For my gardeners up in zones 3 and 4, you just need to wait until your soil is workable and it reads above 40 degrees. Which brings me to a really crucial point. Please, buy a cheap soil thermometer. It costs like a few bucks, and it is the single most reliable guide you can possibly own. It takes all the guesswork out of planting.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. So now, let's pull all this information together into one simple, actionable game plan that you can follow for the rest of the month. Your April cheat sheet, if you will. And here it is, your complete April checklist, all broken down zone by zone. Seriously, this is the slide you want to screenshot. So for my friends in zones 3 and 4, your number one job is starting those seeds indoors. Be patient with everything else. Zones 5 and 6, this is your big action month. You're doing a little bit of everything right now. Zones 7 and 8, you're already well underway, focusing on getting those summer bulbs and warm weather crops in the ground. And for my folks in zones 9 and 10, you're basically already in your summer rhythm, wrapping up spring planting and just getting ready for the heat.
So there you have it. 5 jobs, 1 pivotal month, and a personalized plan for every single zone. You now have a clear roadmap for a successful season. So, the only question left is, what are you going to tackle first? Are you going to plant some radishes for that quick harvest? Or maybe some dahlia tubers for a summer full of spectacular blooms? Whatever you choose, remember, the work you put in right now is what's going to reward you all season long.